Hello, darlings. How you doing? Today, I have a new bag. Yes, indeedy. I purchased this at Goodwill for $10. I ended up looking it up online. It's apparently from Amazon for about 30 bucks. Grocer. Never heard of them. So once I found out it was from Amazon, I kind of had a moment of like, oh God, it's probably a piece of poo. Many things are nowadays. But upon further inspection, I was like, actually, I think this is made relatively well. And for $10, I will accept it. So let's have a little tour of it, shall we? Here she is. Here is the front, obviously. We have a usual front pocket, and now here's problem number one. I do not really like blue. We'll see what we can do about that. We have two side pockets for a big water bottle. We have two big handles here, which, you know, feel pretty secure. Again, like you can see that these are not perfect. Get how like far out that comes. I've already see some of this pleather kind of picking off. I'm not mad about it. Oh, and here's the back. A little mancha stain. Never sure what this is for. Let me know in the comments down below if you know. I like that you can pick it up from the handles and you can wear it as a backpack. A little bit of context. The reason I wanted a new bag, first of all, my old bag, which I love very much, is just not really functional anymore. So I was looking for a new one, but also specifically because I'm going somewhere. By the time I put out this video, I might have already been there. I am going back to Amsterdam. It's one of my, if not my favorite city, and I haven't been since 2019. I'm missing it, and I need a new bag to run around the city with. So being an American, unless you're in a big city, nobody walks anywhere. But in Europe and places like Amsterdam, you're gonna be walking around a lot. So I need something that can contain all of my goodies, including things like my water. But I'm also gonna be hitting up all of the flea markets and things like that. So I probably need a big bag to put everything in. I'm also gonna try to do some graffiti. Keep an eye out for these videos. There will be a video of at least one video of me in Amsterdam. So I need to be able to hold a lot of stuff. I know this backpack does not look very big. If anything, it actually looks maybe a little small. But watch this. Watch it. You see that? You see that? I could fit, I don't know what. I could fit my cat in there for sure. I could fit so much in here. And something I really love about this, let's see if I can capture this. There is a hard wire all around here that really holds this whole thing open. I really like that. You can really open it up and see everything. And now it's like huge. You might not be able to if it's fully opened and like stuffed to the brim. You probably wouldn't be able to close it, but there's also this little strap right here that you can kind of help it stay closed-ish, you know, get me from point A to point B at least. So let's look at the inside. It's a little bit harder for me to show you, but we have the laptop bag that has like some padding on there for protection. We have supposedly the iPad slot. Flip it over. We have a little zipper, two things for your pen, one little pouch, one little pouch. There's actually one more like water bottle holder down in there. So there's 3 beverage holders. And there's also one of, plug this into your power bank on the inside and plug in through USB, regular old USB. Plug in from here and be able to charge on the go. It's a really cool idea, but I'm really not sure that I'm gonna use it. I will have my power bank with me, but I don't know I'm gonna need that. So there's that little pouch for it. I'm just shoving it all the way in there. So I love the functionality of it thus far, but I don't like the look. I am not a billboard. This will go. First and foremost, like I said, I do not like this color. It's really bugging me. So the very first thing I'm gonna try to do is paint it with some acrylic. I'm very curious to see what happens. We're gonna find out together. That's gonna be the first thing. Second thing, I've already designed it on my iPad. I kind of want to decorate the front with, of all things, some fake flowers. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to make this bag hopefully fun. Like I said, the first thing, we're gonna try to work on this lining. And I can't just like take it out. It's definitely sewn in there, so I'm not gonna do that. Then I'm gonna mix up some acrylic with a lot of water. And I read online that I should mix it with fabric medium, but Austin Creative Reuse didn't have it the one time I looked, so it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Oh God, I've gotten back into Red Bulls a little bit. They're so good. God. And I need me wings. Now it's time to try to do this paint thing. I've been putting it off and I really just need to do that. So I'm gonna grab some paint and we're gonna begin. Oh my. Wow. This paint does expire. It's fine. Whatever. water would be fine. And while I might worry about acrylic flaking off, I'm not worried about acrylic staining things that I put in here, because once it dries, it's pretty dang dry. Before, after. Some people might be thinking, why would you do that? Because I like it better that way. Crap. Awesome. I think that's going to work. But as I should have done before, I'm going to give this all a really good clean, and then I will paint majority of the inside. Look at that. I know it's not perfect. Don't come at me. I didn't want it to be perfect. I just really wanted the tone to be toned down. I think that looks a lot better. Moving on to exciting decorative things. My idea, based on this image that I did on my iPad, I want to add some ribbons and some flowers. So I have some steps. If you haven't already seen my video about my estate sale haul, my gosh, go and watch that here. That was really awesome. I got a lot of ribbon from this woman, which was great. Miss Nelda. We do not forget their names. Oh, what I wanted to maybe do is kind of have like these rays coming out. 12 cents from, I'm assuming that's a Walmart tag. It was 75 and then it was 12. That's crazy. I wanted to go around and do like these rays out of ribbon on the top and on the bottom, and then put a bunch of flowers right on this ridge right here. I don't think I can sew this by the machine, at least. So maybe I could do it by hand. See how hard this is to poke through. Oh, that would be rough. Would be rough, but I think it's possible. That is some tough sewing. Cool. Doing it. Whoa! Okay, no wonder it doesn't come off. It's like riveted. How would you do that? Yeah, okay. We're going to the garage. I got my iPad. I'm going to watch some stuff. And I'm going to try to do some of this hand stitchery. I'm going to get to it. And you can just watch hand sew all these little ribbons. Hello, darlings. Okay, we're back at this. I've done very little in the last couple days, but we're here. We're gonna do it today. We're gonna finish it today. So here's what I have so far. Certainly ain't perfect, but I think it'll survive. Ooh, maybe. We'll definitely have to pack a needle and thread just in case some of this comes off, which it might, but whatever. So I started to really obsess a little too much about like the direction of the stitches and how aligned they were and all this kind of stuff, and I realized I need to chill the heck out. It doesn't have to be perfect. If anything, it'll look nice that it's a little bit handmade, right? It's not made in a factory. So a quick little thing that I had to do, which you maybe saw, I had to take some Mod Podge. This is the only glue I had. So I covered the edges with a bit of that glue just so it's nice and firm. Because even with that frayed check that I put on, what ends up happening when I try to stitch this edge, the thread just pulls right out of it because ribbon is just a whole bunch of threads. Like this is the grain of the ribbon, so I'm just going in and cutting through them. So I coated all the tips in that. Sewing them has been a fun adventure as well. Inside here, I put my tailoring ham, which is very, very convenient. I have that there that I can essentially pin into. Here I have my last little piece on the side, figuring out where I want it. I'm a little mad that this gap is too small, but here we are. We're just gonna accept and move on with our lives. I should have marked it all out, but whatever, here we are. I'm gonna do that, and I shove it right into my tailor's ham, and it stays in place. Fold the ribbon. I don't wanna have to cut it just right, and I don't wanna deal with another frayable section, so I'm just folding, and then once I have that where I want it, pin that there too. I have my thread ready. No, I'm not giving you a great angle. Then you just, oh, nope, that's, just make me look bad, why don't you? Make me look bad. So, you get the idea. Now I'm gonna work, watch something, and come back when all of this is done. I also cut all of these to put in the middle. I don't know. If I can just do like a straight stitch, maybe, but I don't think I want to go and, yeah, I don't think I want to go and stitch all that. So let you watch me slowly stitch all this, and then we'll come back for hopefully the flower part. I'm excited for that part. Right, my dears. That is doing its thing. I just applied some glue over all the ribbon right now. I don't know, it seemed like a good idea just to really lock in those threads, I guess, and you know, it's a light white color, so it'll probably get stained as time goes on. I also stitched on my little name tag, which I don't think came out very straight, but I'm really practicing, I feel, in this project, you know, just going with it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. You know, like, it's hard to sew by hand. I'm not very skilled at it. This is a wonky backpack. It's fine. So working through that. Okay, enough of that. So I have my flowers. This is, wouldn't this make just such a beautiful floral crown? It reminds me of the one that I made for my Frida Kahlo outfit. So that'll be the core. And then I might put some of these little fellas. I have my glue gun. Rather than gluing it on directly to the backpack, which I understand that gluing flowers or just putting flowers in a backpack probably may very well not work out. Want to have a way to potentially detach it if need be. So rather than straight up hot gluing onto the backpack itself, I'm just gonna use a little base. I am going to, I'm gonna sew it, I think. This little piece here, I will sew it onto the bag itself, I think. Woohoo! Look at that! Isn't that gorgeous? I've always loved gluing and arranging flowers. It's so fun. So this is all on a piece of denim. It is very hard. So now I'm gonna try to find a way to sew this into place. I know I could just glue it, and I may end up doing that, but we're gonna start with sewing because I'm afraid that I'll wanna undo. Why would I do undo on this? I should just freaking glue it. Yeah, got my thick green thread. I am thread dead, and thankfully I'll be sewing through this lip, so at least I can get my hand under it, which is very nice. All right, let's get this show on the road. Do my best to fold over the raw edges so that I don't get fraying eventually. Dart sewing.
shortly after their training is complete and the aircraft has been cleaned.
Welcome to Amsterdam. I made it. Made it to Amsterdam. Okay, so here's my lovely bag. Here are some lovely close-ups of it. No brain right now. Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking right now. I'm so tired, but if you watched me recreate my lovely backpack, word. I hope you enjoyed that and a little bit of travel experience. I'm very tired. I'm going to do a couple things, run around and sleep, and then for the next 2 weeks, I will be running around in Amsterdam and I will be checking out a lot of markets that include fabric and antiques and thrifting and sights to be seen. So I'll tell you all about that in the next video, but for now, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.